Look, Todd, if you're watching this, we know that you copyright strike everyone who makes a video about you. There's something called fair use, and we will... And, you know, as much respect as I have for you, Todd, that is really fucking pathetic to do. Because it is.
Todd, if you're watching this, I'm big... Like, obviously, you know, I worked with you.
You're not going to be a
time.
fan after the copyright strike.
Yeah.
I made a video about him that was overall very positive, and he still copyright striked it. And if you don't know YouTube, copyright strikes means if you react to someone's videos, they can say that it's their material, but there's something called fair use. You are allowed to react to other people's videos. That's legal, and it's illegal to try to suppress. That's a suppression of people's right to react to it.
But
however, the way YouTube works is it makes it very easy to falsely copyright strike someone, and you have to go through a whole process to challenge it. And because I respected Todd V, and I didn't want to deal with it, quite frankly, I never did that. I never challenged it, but he does. I had a lot more respect for Todd V before knowing that he copyright strikes any video he doesn't like about him, because it's a bullying tactic. It's a way to intimidate people.
Well, RC did it to him, so it's kind of funny.
RC did it to me as well, but
yeah, well, I mean, it's funny that, like, you know, I mean, if you don't want something being done to you, don't do it to other people.
Yeah, it's an intimidation tactic if you don't like criticism, to get rid of the criticism, because it can put your channel at risk to have to challenge these. So this is going to get copyright strike most likely, so enjoy it. It's probably going to be up for like 3 days.
Yeah, so if you guys want to watch the entire video, this might be the last chance if you're watching this right now, it might be the last chance for you to watch it, so please watch it now.
You know what? We found a way to use that in our favor. That was a good angle.
I am a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold...
Charisma King presents the very first Seattle Bootcamp, June 1st through the 3rd. 3 days of doing night game in Seattle. There are only 3 spots available. Payment plans are available. If you are interested, text Seattle to 702-841-9909.
But it's genuinely true, though. So,
no, it actually is true. Yeah. Todd is a great coach. He's good at game. I like him a lot more, obviously, because I worked with him. I thought he's amazing.
Todd, with Vegas Immersion?
Vegas Immersion. I saw him, like, he was really fucking good with girls, and his advice is so spot on. And he's so smart. He's unreal smart.
He's very smart. I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree that he's very smart.
Dude, the shit he's figured out has been unreal. He's made a lot of big, like, movements in the game. Like, he's made a lot of good, like, his reasoning has been unreal. Like, his ability to figure shit out. Like, sometimes him and me will, like, come to merging, like, beliefs. I'll be like, I'll come up with something. I'll think I'm so clever. I'll watch one of his videos and he came up with, like...
they merge. Okay.
He came up with, like, 2 years before I did. And I'm like, fucking A. Like, I'm like, God damn it. I felt like I was all revolutionary, coming with some new game shit. Then he comes out with it. He already did a fucking video.
Yeah. Todd V is... Whenever I have a client who watches Todd V, they tend to not do very well until I tell them to get rid of the Todd V stuff, because they come across super mechanical and logical, and there's no emotions in it, and they're just like... Step A to B to it's like some binary shit. All right, so to unlock the pussy, I do 100010011. That's kind of the energy. And I had a client who was a big Todd V fan. I told him, drop all the lines, don't use any of them, just be very direct. And I give him specific tips. That guy was giving up on night game, and then he pulled twice in one night once he got rid of all the Todd V stuff. So that's my issue with Todd V.
He didn't. He got really fucked over on the emotional side of it, because he obviously has a big chip on his shoulder over RSD. Like, obviously they fucked him over, from what I understand. And so now, like, they focus a lot on emotions, all that stuff. Like, this happens, same thing with Alex. Alex now hates anything RSD related. So now Todd doubled down on
Alex playing with fire, or?
Oh, Alex,
4-week natural.
4-week natural.
That guy's a sociopath. Love you,
I think it's actually, I've been hearing decent things.
Oh, there's stories about, I don't even think I could repeat.
I've heard bad
some
and
of the
good,
stories.
there's bad and good about everybody. Like, it depends on, like, the client too. So not everybody clicks with everybody.
I do not. Anyway, so what do you want to say about this video that we're about
to be nice.
This video we're about to crack into?
Yeah, so I noticed that there weren't anybody that was actually, had any infield compilations of Todd, and I thought it'd be kind of fun for us to do. We both do have infield playlists on our channels. If you guys want to check it out, put it in the comment section below. We also have testimonials if you guys want to, like, wonder are they actually good coaches? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yeah. No.
Yeah. We get results.
Zero said I'm not very good. I don't know.
About you. He didn't say shit about me. All right, so.
Fair. Good point.
Right,
you didn't get all the free views, yeah.
Yeah, so, who's this guy, really? I mean, like...
No one knows.
All right. So, anyways, so here's what I'm saying. Nobody has this stuff out. I thought it'd be fun for us to react to since we both have kind of differing views on Todd. He hates him because his game is exactly like his.
I do hear that sometimes. People are
He's
like,
a
"You
son of
remind me
Todd."
of Todd V," and I
Yeah.
fucking hate that because I just think Todd V has no charisma. So when someone says you're like Todd V, and they're basically, to me, it's like saying you look like Amy Schumer. You're really hot, and they mean it as a compliment. But you're like, Amy Schumer's gross. What the fuck do you mean? So to me, it's kind of an insult. But he has a lot of good. I mean, he's very smart. I do think he's gotten good results from game. Yeah. My biggest thing is his girlfriend is very unattractive long term, and to me, that's kind of like. I haven't seen him in person. I haven't seen the girls he pulls. Maybe he pulled super hot girls and he chose the homely one because he knew that song, "If you want a happy life, don't make a pretty woman your wife." And he was just... But to me, that's a huge red flag.
Well, okay, look, hear me out. All right, so I know he's a dating coach, but I don't want to talk about anybody's wife. I mean, that's I almost feel like that's overbounds, but I will... All right, I'll say this.
I wouldn't show pictures or anything, but... If they're...
He pulls attractive girls. I've seen him do this. So the fact he is dating this girl...
Yeah, you've seen it. I haven't seen it.
I saw him I worked with him immersion, and he was doing amazing with girls. He pulled that's...
I mean, if you've seen him pull hot girls, and you know that,
And I met his wife. She's super fucking cool. She's a very fucking cool ass girl. I think it's it might be that, unfortunately, most hot girls don't have a personality. So maybe what happened was that he's the first girl with a personality I've met in fucking years.
So I think there's kind of a threshold where...
Okay, I see where you're coming
girls
from.
Girls who are 8s can still have an amazing personality. Usually the 9s and 10s...
have no personality.
It's kind of rare, but it's not hard to get an 8 with a good personality.
How many 9s and 10s think they have charisma? Oh
all
my
of them.
God.
All of them think they do.
Every 9 and 10 thinks
and none of them do.
Dude, well, nobody tells them the truth.
If you're a hot girl watching this, your personality sucks.
You have a great personality.
But you have nice titties, though, so that's good enough.
My Instagram is Las Vegas Lost Boy. Follow me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're beautiful. In every single way, 'cause words can't bring me... All right, anyways.
Can you not lean on me while you do that? That's
No, I'm being sensual. I'm trying to seduce the...
Too sensual.
I'm seducing the one girl that's probably watching this video is definitely not attractive. Absolutely not attractive. Okay.
Have you gotten laid from your channel?
One time, actually. I did get laid one time.
I'm kind of jealous.
Dude, it was this girl who had a boyfriend actually who was a dating coach in Australia.
Oh, very
And so she's watched my shit. She's like, he's kind of cool. And she hit me up through Facebook. I thought she was I thought she was fucking with me because she was really hot.
I'm jelly.
That's the girl that hit me up who has a husband now and sent me all the nudes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's her.
Seems like a lovely woman.
Well, I'll talk about it later. All right, let's watch the video. All right, so now we actually mentioned this. Excuse me. I almost feel like excuse me can be in a way it's too much. Hey,
supplicating.
Hey, I feel like is a lot more. I'm nitpicking at this point.
That is nitpicking. I agree. I don't say
it's
excuse me. Personally, I never say. So
it sounds.
I think the idea is that excuse me sounds kind of beta. Basically, it sounds low status. Exactly. It sounds all really polite. I think but it's also a very normal thing to say. It's a very relatable standard.
That's
thing.
a good point.
Everyone says excuse me. It's not like sorry.
We're right next to the airport. This thing.
I've noticed that. Yeah. It's not that loud though. All right. It adds some ambiance, all right? So, sorry, I think, is bad, because sorry comes across as apologetic. Excuse me is less apologetic. It's very standard and normal, and people know how to respond to it. So I don't think it's that bad. Okay, I think it's okay. I prefer hey, but it's one of those things, it's like a 1% difference. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I'm nitpicking. Absolutely, I'm nitpicking.
You guys appear like you won't be boring, which is a good stuff. I said you guys appear like you would not be boring either.
So you hate that?
I don't like it.
You're the one who likes him more than me.
No, I do like him. I think his game's incredible. And
you guys appear not to be boring. Okay, that's very unique.
No, absolutely.
So it stands out.
Yes.
It's going to get their attention because they haven't heard that ever before.
Banner blindness.
Right? So I don't think everyone knows what that is. So banner blindness is those banner ads on every website on the side? You've seen so many of them that you don't even look at them.
Yeah.
And they've become less effective because you see them a million times, you stop paying attention.
Yeah.
So if you say the same line hi, you're cute, if you say it with a strong enough energy, you can still make it work, but especially in a club, she's heard it 10 times that night.
Yeah.
so that kind of, it creates banner blindness. It's just, oh, this is the same thing I've heard again. It's kind of boring. I've already been here. And then they're just going to judge you based on like, is this guy my type? And then maybe if you're like her exact physical type, it'll still work, but it's not helping you.
No.
So doing something different is better. And goddamn, she has a nice ass. But anyway,
that's a booty.
You stopped at the right frame. That's the thumbnail. So, and Todd V's hit it. No one
we
cares
don't see
about
women
it.
as objects, Avery. Women are aren't objects.
It's always women who ask me to objectify them. So anyway, use me, daddy. But anyway, so
You're the one that doesn't like daddy. All right, so
they say it. I'm okay with it. But so what he's doing is very unique.
they don't say anything when they have your hand on their throat.
Okay, that's a quotable moment. That's gonna be on your like when people are like, look up quotes by Charisma King.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one of them.
Yeah, great.
You had your fucking Andrew Tate cancel moment there, I think. But anyway, so in terms of in terms of God damn it.
All right, go for it, bro.
What were we saying?
I'm sorry. I can't remember. I lost everything after
In terms of the line he said is extremely unique, and it's going to get their attention. And it sounds a little
It's gamey.
inauthentic,
It's gamey.
little gamey.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that it stands out, it kind of makes up for it.
Well,
I don't think it's bad.
The girls in the clips are reacting really well to it, but then again,
You don't like that opener.
Well, it just all right. Look, it's not the opener; it's the way he said it. It sounded disingenuous. There's a way he could have said it where it would have sounded more genuine. He's not, so he doesn't focus. He's a hyper logical person, and it's why his game's so fucking fire. But like, if I were to actually give him coaching, which when you get older, which Todd's hitting like up into 40 now.
Now you're definitely getting copyright striked after suggesting giving him coaching.
No, but I mean, like, coaches sometimes get egos. I get ego sometimes.
I'm saying he has a big ego. You're getting copyright strike for that
as a coach,
statement.
it's a big thing. Like, every coach nowadays gets an ego, and I sometimes get that way too, where I don't want to listen to other coaches but everybody always has like a grain of truth in it, and like but it's hard to listen to.
So his delivery, I think, is actually pretty blasé and detached. It sounds a little fake, but it's very detached, and detached is good.
Well, my game's very based around being like at the very least sounding authentic. Like a folk's tonality. My game's
it's
very
like
based
there's
on
more than
body
one way to
language.
skin a cat.
Absolutely.
So being detached,
Absolutely.
even though he sounds a little bit fake, a little bit disingenuous, he sounds detached, and I think it's a good kind of coldness. It's like he's not invested.
Okay,
let's re-listen to but I don't think the delivery is bad. This is funny because you like him more than I do, but I actually think this is good.
I think Todd's sick, but at the same time too, I'll watch my infield and I'll still beat the fuck out of myself over it, and I'll break it down.
After seeing that park bench infield of him, oh my god!
That's
the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in my
but
fucking life.
everybody has bad infield. Like, I mean, nobody's always on point.
Have you ever filmed something that bad? No. Have I? Not even close.
Well, to be fair, if you
they were close to calling the cops on him. You have to show maybe a bit of that.
I've said
they wanted to call the cops on him. That's how fucking cringy it was.
When I was traveling a lot and I was just dead exhausted, if you made me try to do something like that at times, I wouldn't. I don't know, but
you've never filmed an infield that was nearly that bad.
But I mean, like, I'm not always filming. I don't film a lot of infield though either.
Okay, but I'm just saying you never have. I never have, and he posted that, so it's not his worst.
All right, well here, let's jump in the video. Let's play through a little bit.
I like you. So I guess you're the sweet, nice one. I feel like you're the troublemaker then, in that case. Yes? Alright. So we'll be friends. You and I will see.
Looks pretty.
Austin? That looks like Austin.
Yeah. I don't know when I put everything on that stuff. I put guys, girls, couples. He has a truck. How does a truck?
First of all, what are your names? As long as we're all like...
Well, that goes up.
Alright, never mind.
Who are you here?
He's got a type that I can. He knows.
Oh boy.
What's your name?
Absolutely.
He knows who to go for.
Absolutely. We can't let everybody know that our setup is so ghetto right now.
That's why we pull everything. All right.
I'll continue playing it.
Why didn't you hear? Could you hear Tyler? I heard Tyler.
Well, fair enough. I'll be Tyler Smith, whatever.
Why do you have an accent?
RSD Tyler.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Talk it. Are you gonna talk it?
Women are good influence.
I'm so intrigued right now. So
Do you
first
want
of all,
any of those drinks?
Well-
They're gin and tonics that don't taste good.
I actually
I'll tune it up. I'll play with it.
gin and tonic.
Yeah,
The question is,
okay,
what
right?
did you do to them that
I
should
didn't
be
do
worried
anything.
about?
They're like, oh no, we don't
That's
do
good.
it. We don't do
So,
it.
it's just the
Oh my
people
god, we have to leave
basically-
now. We have to go.
Are you goofing me or doing something without saying it? And I say that actually quite often in girls strike me.
You guys are
You're framing them as the predator, basically, and you're the one being seduced. That's actually very.
American.
So I think that's really good.
The girls also asked him if he had an accent, and and they got really upset. Whenever girls bring up accents, it's like a sub-communication thing. It's like if a girl brings up your beard, or she's like talking about your hair, or she's like talking like what she's doing, she's associating you with somebody she would consider attractive. So they find them very clearly attractive. 99% of guys could not still attract these girls. 99.9999% of guys could still not attract these girls.
You just go 999.
Oh shit! Downhill really fast.
There's a reference.
No, it wasn't. Okay, there's no reference. We're just
Inglourious
saying
Basterds,
stuff.
but-
We're saying stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna cut that entire part out.
It's just like,
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. How
she gets all offended. You just got offended by her country, madam.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
love it.
exactly.
That bothers me. The fact that he said madam.
Todd can be a little.
It's unique. He's so intrigued right now. He's not at all intrigued. Like, he's very inauthentic because he's like, I'm so intrigued right now. That's just a thing he says to every girl every time.
I say
completely inauthentic. It does not mean it.
Do you know
right,
what I say to
at
every?
all.
Do you know what I've been saying to every girl now? I tell every girl if all right. So if me and a girl move past like maybe like 5 minutes of conversation, every time like clockwork, I say, you know I'm bad for you, right? I say it every fucking time.
Okay, but that's true. So
Yeah, it was also a great line to say too.
But that's a true line that you say to every girl. He's saying I'm so intrigued when he's not at all intrigued. He's just like next one for the system of women must get another.
Move girl down funnel.
Yeah, it just seems very inauthentic to me. I didn't like that. But they're already bought in. They're already invested. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's already over.
his opener was strong. They were interested right from the beginning, and so all he has to do is not mess it up. To be fair, not messing it up it's very easy to mess it up.
His poll logistics here are insane. If I'm reading this right too, I didn't watch any of these, but I did edit up this clip. I think he pulls them upstairs. If he approached them at the bottom of the stairs, the logistics are insane for this.
I'm sorry I'm not as like posh and sophisticated.
Oh my god, no, you're totally good.
First of all, what are your names? As long as we're all like... Alright, never mind.
Who are you reminding?
It's a weird sound.
It is a terrible...
Dude, pod girls don't ever get told.
This is
So then they kind of just go
what's your name?
match with us.
Tyler.
Todd.
Todd. Why did I hear Tyler?
Why didn't you hear?
Why is it
Did
replaying?
you hear Tyler?
I heard Tyler.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Because you don't want to hire though.
It's free.
It is free. We got some Irishmen down there.
Okay, and they didn't want to smoke six with us? That's fucking
Yeah, we said we're gonna smoke a stoke, and they were like, "Oh no, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do that."
We're just
Oh
like-
my god, we have to leave now. We have to go.
You'll buy us 3 drinks, but
We'll drink under the table, but...
like fucking smoking sounds is really
Very awkward.
It was
Really honest.
Who are you here with?
I heard a bunch of friends downstairs. I was told there was like a roof, like a little balcony thing, so I came to check it out.
I'm gonna go up there.
Check it out.
I'm gonna go up there.
Oh,
One
up.
more.
I'll go up one more. Why not?
Leading by
Yeah.
saying there's
Oh,
finding a
so,
way to lead them and move them forward.
yeah.
Tyler, why are you
Todd, it's Todd.
I want to call him Tyler.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm completely fine with that.
Wait, why are you
He's
calling
always
him
with
Tyler?
you, Tyler.
Why am I-
It's Todd.
I know, but I don't like no
Tyler's
Tyler.
fucking underfoot.
I got in a plane and this is where it stopped.
Like Todd's the boring coach.
I
Well, it was also accurate though. That was
he didn't mean to sell that
He
way.
said Todd is
Tyler-
the guy who pulls girls, but he has no charisma, which is an inspiration because you guys with no charisma can still pull.
It's a
That's
sales
why
thing.
they ended up hating him. He planted the negative seed there, but he's also not wrong.
Well, it's funny that
He's
Todd,
also not wrong.
out of all the coaches, Todd became one of the most popular. Todd actually became
Yeah, he's
like
the
as
most
big as
successful.
RSV.
He's like the second biggest pickup coach right now.
Oh, absolutely, dude, and he deserves to be too. I mean, he's put so much work in this shit.
If I agree,
Well, I mean, like he's a passionate.
I don't know
guy.
how good
He's
his
a smart,
coaching
passionate
is.
guy. He's
To
a
be
great
honest, I have
coach.
no idea how good his coaching is.
I to be fair, I've never been coached. Well, I worked with him when he's coaching, but I never been coached by him. I talk to clients all the time, talk about him. I've never heard a bad thing from a client. I've heard a lot of bad things from some coaches. You know who you are.
One starts with a D. Eric. All right. Anyway,
Yeah. All right. Let's jump back into it. All right. Dig him.
sunglasses. I don't even know what to say. It's what it is. I'm sorry. I actually have to go to say, who are you?
Oh,
He's trying to make
well, I'm.
He goes.
he's trying to pretend to lose.
He's trying to pretend to be nervous about
so
approaching.
many
I've done
levels
that too.
of manipulation. He's like, I'm pretending to be.
Nervous.
I never do this, and I'm pretending to lose my sentence so that you think that I'm having an authentic moment.
See, I used to do that. You know what I do now? I just go full cocky. I just
Yeah.
go full. I'm a badass. I used to do the same thing.
Well,
now.
that makes more sense to me.
It does too. I mean, well, I feel like it's more authentic. because it's like it's more like aligned with who I am. I used to do like this whole game where I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. I still do shit like that though too. To be fair, like especially with clients, like where you pretend like a girl or like so that he can pull or. I still do shit like this though. I'm just saying it's like it's another strategy. I've tried this. For me, it didn't feel authentic enough. So I like being like full on like I'm bad as fuck. I'm a dope motherfucker.
You can actually be very successful being inauthentic.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can pull girls. So I don't think that's the problem. The problem is at least for me, the whole interaction is way less enjoyable. Even if you ended up hooking up with the girl, it's less enjoyable because there was no connection. There's no intimacy.
Wait. All right, so what I'm... All right, so hear me out. Todd's also hyper fucking confident. I know this guy. He's also cocky and arrogant.
Sure.
His arrogance actually is very sexy to these girls. He's like, so I feel like sometimes he does this kind of like this nice guy thing to kind of like balance out his arrogance. It's a comfort attraction thing.
But he's doing it very inauthentically.
That's fair. Yeah, that's the thing that fucks with me. I believe that games should come across as authentic as possible. You should match the character and the personality with the game. The closer, like,
so being inauthentic can get you more girls in a way. So being inauthentic and learning how do I get every girl, there is an advantage to that.
Disagree on something.
My problem with that is that when you're authentic, some girls are really not going to like you, but the ones that like you are going to like you more in a genuine way. So you're going to have a stronger chemistry with the ones you actually get along with. Whereas if you're using more manipulation, kind of like being tactical as possible, you might get a higher success rate. But the ones that you have success with, you don't actually have connection with them.
All right, you're going to find that... I was trying to even be open-minded to you saying this. Okay. I disagreed with this so utterly.
Why is that?
Okay, so... All right, so people like our boy Ray.
Sure.
He's absolutely a sociopath. For him, that makes sense. But for us, you and me are both empathetic people. We care, we feel people's emotions. We're not sociopaths.
Sure.
So...
Wink, wink. I guess, if you say so. If you say so.
So, anyways, so for us to be inauthentic and disingenuous, we burn willpower. It's not something that we can keep up. I think the best strategy for somebody like who's an empathetic person is to, as best you can, try to match your personality with the game that you want, the game that's like optimal. And when this matches this, it's like you can't be pushed, you can't be prodded. You also don't burn willpower. The guy that the girl meets is the guy that she ends up dating. And it's like over some period of time, the willpower has to break.
I don't think we disagree. It does burn willpower. It makes you don't feel good about what's happening because you know you're being inauthentic. My point is that it's not as good of an experience. If you seduce a girl being inauthentic, maybe you sleep with her. But the whole experience isn't as enjoyable.
Maybe I am a sociopath because I'm like over here thinking to myself, what's the most optimal way to like game and
pick her up?
Well,
that's right.
Like,
I think being a little bit inauthentic to be able to match any girl has an advantage to it in terms of getting laid the most, but you don't actually connect with them.
That's so true. Okay, all right.
Right, fair. Like the sex if they pull, the sex they're going to have, I don't think it's going to be that great. I don't think there's any connection. I think it's going to be just like, all right, let me add another to the numbers.
You know what's really
another
sad?
number to the list.
Early like intermediate, beginner, like which beginners don't get enough sex really for this to be the case, but early intermediate, and even some higher intermediate guys. I can say this because you and me both have coached so many guys, and I felt this too when I was in that stage. It's like I didn't even enjoy sex. I'd be like this. All right, execute. Move this, do that, hit that, do this.
Yeah.
Eye contact, hand on throat, doing all the fucking like.
That's come up more than once.
Yeah. All right. Just what I'm trying to say is like I feel like a lot of guys don't enjoy sex. It's like an ego gratification thing where they're trying.
It's about feeling like you've accomplished something.
Exactly.
That's my point. Is this gives you the feeling you accomplished something, but the actual experience of it is not as good.
Okay.
So have you pulled hot girls that you didn't like? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
I have too. And I went through a phase, right? And I wanted to show my friends the picture. Look how hot she is. I did it for that.
Yeah.
I did it to be able to feel cool.
We still do that on occasion, though.
Well,
yeah.
I mean...
We wouldn't talk to the girl again, but
Okay, but...
I actually might, because it's just that hot. It depends on how hot.
But, okay, well, I'm saying that's not the ideal thing. Because if you're doing it for that ego gratification, the whole experience isn't really good. The point is actually to meet someone who you have a connection with. I don't know. To me... It's about actually having chemistry, and so if you use more techniques, you're going to have less chemistry.
Oh, here, I'm going to play more of it,
Yeah.
because we're almost we're about 36, it's 11:36.
We're doing a good job at at making this. Like, imagine if we
Well,
did
here,
the
how
full
about
20
this?
minutes of Infield.
Here, let's do this. I'm gonna play it through, and we're just gonna talk over it at this point. I'm not gonna stop it. No pauses.
Okay. Well, except for like 30 minutes at one point.
For today, super just roaming around.
You're not from, obviously you're not from
Nope.
the city. You're a tourist?
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's just you?
Well, I'm with a group, but I just
You're
dropped
like,
off some
fuck
extended
the group,
family.
I'm gonna go do my
Yeah,
own thing.
exactly.
I admire your independence.
Yeah.
I'm Todd, nice to meet you. You are?
Hi,
You're what?
Oh, he has a really.
Nice to meet you. Well, I'm gonna, regardless, and we're walking the same direction, so would you like to join me for the
I'll
conversation
walk
for a
you.
second?
This way?
Yeah, it's this way. It's like half a block.
my family's traveling a bit, so I'm kind of like, everybody was freaking out on me going out, but I was like, I'm kind of confident in it. I met up with some extended family for food, so it's, you know.
Come with me. You look so badass right now. What is your
you.
story? What are you doing right this second? Because you seem like an interesting person. I don't know if I'll love you or hate you, but I can guarantee you're not boring. Let's go across the street and see what happens.
So
All
interesting.
right, sounds good. I have to go in a minute, but I absolutely adore this look. Like, how did this even come together? You look so badass right now.
Yeah,
What is your story?
I'm not saying it doesn't work.
My story?
I'm not saying it's not.
Let's start with the girl behind the dress, and then we'll get to the dress.
It's not genuine.
I'm Todd.
To me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
My
you.
Some
goodness,
people
you do
maybe it is.
business.
People are like very mechanical.
Okay? That was like a very business-like handshake. Like there's
You don't give like a weak handshake.
No, here,
Gross.
give me your hands.
Yeah, just interesting.
Nice to meet you.
Like I'm not. I'm
You're like, no, really?
I'm not.
But it's okay. What do you do? What do you do for a living? Because you're like, that was very like.
The girl feels.
Do you like do you do real estate? You do like, are you a lawyer? Like, what do you?
I try to bank myself out of the girls' league. That's my game.
Okay. So you're like creative and inventive.
Creative,
See, look, nice dating
like,
her.
creative
Dating her
enough to
too
get-
qualified.
Okay. Well, that's something. That's a start, right?
That's
From.
I just moved here. As soon as a girl asks you a question on a cold approach,
Todd,
metaphorically,
go back
and
talking
maybe
to
even
girls.
physically.
Todd, this is not your place. This is our time to
That's
break down your
the way.
videos. You've done enough of these breaking down. All right.
So I've been here for like 3 weeks. Yeah, of course. Yeah, come over here.
All right. Apparently, I didn't cut this up as well as I thought I did.
Oh, you did a perfect job.
Because you have like the most like sweet, innocent like face, but
Why?
then the dress and look, and then
That
the
sounds
expressions
so,
that come
like,
off that face. I'm like, this girl
I
is
can
going
say
to
this-
be
I can
trouble.
say this-
What are you doing right this second? Because you seem like
Reliable, but it's
an interesting person. I don't know if I'll love you or hate you, but I can guarantee you're not boring.
Okay,
not like
so what am I
Camp
doing
Rock.
right now?
Yeah, what are you up to right now?
I just left.
Okay.
I was gonna head in that direction because I
Yeah,
parked over there.
Okay. How do you feel about a quick drink with an attractive
Wait,
woman?
Oh my
And I am
God.
taking
better,
a
but
step
still try hard.
I actually
I
took
don't.
that-
but I'm a little obvious about it, and that comes up because she's actually going to notice that and start to give me a shit test.
It didn't
Are
work.
you talking about yourself because you're selling yourself? Like, okay.
Because you're selling yourself. See?
I got a drink though. Yes.
Yeah,
No, that's why I don't like it because we're
that
trying
was
to.
very cute. You're like, wait, does he mean?
They're not going to want to agree
It's
with.
button pushing. She's picking it up.
They're going to feel like, why did he need to try to do
Yeah,
that?
that's what I was saying. It's like, well,
It's like saying, "Do you find me attractive?" Like it's just putting too much pressure. It's weird.
I think
Makes
what
him a
happened.
little uncomfortable.
Todd is too intelligent for this shit. Todd actually needs to upgrade his game a touch. So his understanding of game is better than mine.
Very much
naturally.
getting copyright strike now.
No, but like his understanding of game is incredible. It's just like he needs to update it a touch. So mystery method. So mystery method. I know mystery, and he got stuck on the shit that he talked about in like.
He never evolved. Yeah.
Yeah, no, to be fair, he's also an asshole.
No, I've seen his newer stuff. It's
he's
like
a
worse. It's worse. He
I'm-
still believes in the 7 to 10 hour rule. So Mystery has a lot of good advice, a lot of bad advice. One of his rules is that it takes 7 to 10 hours to have sex with a girl.
And then he walked a girl out in like what? How long?
7 to 10 hours to have sex with a girl.
But you walked- how long-
Yesterday, 5 seconds.
You walked a girl in 5 seconds. So
I said, "Hey, let's get out of
What's
here."
the difference between 3 and 7 hours to 5 seconds? Like, what's
It's
the
close.
like
7
alright,
to 10, not
like
3
what's
to
the
7.
percentage? What's the percentage of 5
And I
seconds,
pulled a
3
girl
hours?
a week ago in 4 minutes or so, 3 or 4 minutes. Like the whole 7 to 10 hour that hamstrings people. It actually holds them
Yeah.
back. So he's wrong about a lot of stuff.
Well-
and I think Todd V also has a lot of these weird. I need to be try hard and gimmicky that are not necessary.
Let me preface it this too. Me and Avery right now are coming up to our peak of game, and one day we're gonna be getting older too, and there's gonna be some young buck coming along like talking shit on us, saying that we're fucking old.
But they'll be worse than
geezers.
us, unlike this.
I mean, like obviously we're never gonna stop getting good at game. Okay, so let me play it.
I don't know where
She's
you're
going to
going.
realize that she doesn't want to lose me, and she's going to undermine her own shit test. This is a very rare thing to have happen, but it's very telling in terms of her inner psychology, and it tells you a lot about how women think. Let's go across the street and see what we
Actually,
find.
thought
All
that.
right, sounds good.
All right, no.
So I hope you enjoyed that clip.
I don't
get
get
shit
shit tested, but then I filmed Infield, and I noticed there were a ton of what were shit tests in the infield, but I didn't notice them until I looked back at them.
So you just passively pass them, like you didn't.
It's just like I don't even see them that
automatic.
way in person. I just I know she's into me, and I don't see it as a shit test. But looking back, it's like, oh, she said you're this, you're that. We're not going to work out. She said all these things, but I didn't even notice them because in the moment, my mindset wasn't seeing it.
Do you ever shit test girls?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, that's the best.
All
Like
the
if you guys
fucking
are shit testing girls, this is like fucking like Unreal game. Flip the shit that girls do to you and just use that. Like girls have better game than him or me.
No, it's not true. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah, right.
They have better boobs, but I've been working on them. But
see, and I'm over here trying to lose weight and shit. And now
trying
like
to gain
that
better
turns out that
moves.
I
I'm
actually
working on my moves. Yeah,
I'm working against my fucking like.
but still, girls have better boobs overall. Now, well, put a frame of an ass.
Put a frame of the ass.
Yeah, of a good one of the best asses from the video because there we go. Now we can talk. So, what are your all thoughts on this Todd V Infield?
I think he's a little rusty, honestly. And I think he like just like we're gonna get the same way at some point. Like, so him and me are still constantly like I even sent you that. So I'm constantly trying to work on new shit. In all different aspects. Like I'm still hungry, so I haven't felt this yet. But like for example, for Bumble, I'm like I find out that I can change the font of Bumble. I'm like, dude, banner blindness. Hey, check this shit out. I told you that literally today.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we're constantly trying to come to new solutions to improve. And I think at some point, sometimes coaches kind of get to the point where they get tired and they get kind of.
It's like when it's like Metallica once they got big. After a certain point, they lose the
drive.
touch.
They don't need.
They don't care anymore. They've already been successful enough. I think Todd V's past that point. He's already probably a multimillionaire. He's he's got a family. Like I don't think he's invested in the same way. But in terms of game, I think his game has always been similar in the general. It's very gamey, right? It's very like I'm doing things to the girl, but he commits very strongly. He's very committed, even though he's very inauthentic. He commits.
Yeah.
He's 100% committed, and that is extremely powerful. Even if you're inauthentic, if you're committed and you want the girl to like cook,
Yeah.
it'll still often work. So it would be better if he was more authentic, but because he commits so strongly, it still works, and he knows how to like move things forward and go for the pull. So I think that makes his game still better than 99% of guys.
Oh, dude, he's better than almost like.
I don't know. There's other coaches who I would say are better, but the average person, he's far better. But it is very gimmicky and inauthentic, and I think the problem with that is more. I've done that. I know how to be gimmicky and inauthentic. When I do that, the interaction isn't fun. It's like I'm going through a process. I'm going through like a math equation, and it's not like I'm actually just vibing with someone and having a good time and like seeing if there's a connection. There's a very big difference in like I am going for clothes and then actually just seeing if there's chemistry. Those are two different things, and so it's effective, but I don't think it's the most enjoyable.
Todd's a fucking genius, and sometimes with smart people, they kind of get in their own way. He's like. He has an engineer's mind, and a lot of you guys that come to me, you guys have this engineer's mind, and you guys don't want to learn the hard thing, which is learning the emotional connection, learning the emotional, like being able to connect with a human as a human. Like when I say that, for some of you guys, that idea is so abstract and weird. You guys are hearing this, and you guys are like, it's almost like I'm on another planet saying that shit. I can say that because when I was younger, I felt that way too. I have an engineer's mind, and so when I tried to learn this initially, I was like, love, affection, caring about what a girl has to say. Oh no.
Weird.
Yeah, disgusting. And so I get where you guys, I know exactly where you're coming from because I've thought that same thing too. But the hard thing you guys need to learn is not like, don't stop. At some point, you got to learn how to connect. And it's tough. It's also tough when you're not getting any success. When you don't have guys, like cool ass dudes around you, fun guys, killers. When you don't have like fucking like sexy girls like in your bed all the time. It's hard to talk to girls like people or humans. And like you guys are like, and that's what.
You just say girls are humans? Whoa.
I'm trying to get canceled here. You're
hold
killing
your
me
horses
over here.
there, okay? Hold your horses there. Let's not say any crazy shit.
Oh yeah, they're objects. I forgot. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What are you thinking? What do you want to say?
I want to say, overall, his game is very good. I think, in a way, it's a little cringy and awkward.
Yeah.
But commitment is underrated. If you want the girl to stop, she's way more likely to stop. If you want the girl You
Well,
can
you should
tell
also
he
assume
wants her. You can tell he's assuming positive things. He's assuming the girl's gonna be interested. Some of the things he's doing are not ideal, but
Yeah.
his being, the underlying, like the energy behind it, the way he's committing to the interaction makes it work. Just like the girl, hey, let's get out of here. That's not a good opener, but if you commit to it, it ends up working. I'm sure you've done things that you're like, that was weird, but it worked because you committed.
Because I assumed it'd work. Well, he also does like a blend of, so his approach is between indirect, direct, and direct. And it's like right in the middle. And some of you guys try to image. I've had so many clients that come to me because you guys watch my content and his. Like we kind of like, we have the same audience because we're both RSD people. Which he would never mention the fact he ever worked for RSD, considering they fucked him over so hard.
But there's probably active lawsuits.
Oh, absolutely. Well, hear me out. So my thing is like, you guys try to imitate his shit. And he tries to be like, you're so cute, blah, blah, blah. But the way you say it is like, there's no intent. You're saying it almost like a gay guy would say it. His tone is like, this is a sexual interaction. This is man to woman. That's why I'm saying this. But he doesn't talk about tone too much. His tone is, so sometimes when something comes so easy for a coach, you don't see the need to coach it.
Sure.
He's already so naturally good at body language and tonality that he doesn't feel the need to teach it. He's like, oh no, why would I need to teach that? Because I didn't have to learn it myself.
Right.
Like sometimes I go through that too, where I'm like, I learned something so easy, where I don't see another client. And I'm like, oh, like why?
Like
Like
nothing easily, but okay.
but
I don't
what I'm
have that
saying.
issue.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
No, I do know what you're saying.
Like I've seen so many coaches where they have a blind spot. Like so, some guys like inner and outer game. Like there's a big fight between it. It's because those guys have an easier time with inner game, or they have an easier time with outer game. There's like, you know, then they become like the fucking Republicans and the liberals, fucking yelling at each other, being like, "Fuck you, you're wrong." But really, both sides have a point. Honestly,
Not surprising. Coming from you. But I see your point.
yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, he's good. I mean, he's not bad. He's not... there's a lot of frauds in the industry who are just actually not at all
absolutely.
good. He's not one of those.
Oh, he's a killer.
I
He's
think
dope.
some of the technique is like... It's like what he's doing underneath that is good enough
to modernize
that
it.
it doesn't actually... Some of it doesn't help him, but the other things he's doing are good enough that it still works.
He needs
right?
to
You don't have
modernize
to be
it.
perfect.
Well, I mean, like, you can tell when somebody like, so you and me, our game is still changing. Todd's game has been the same now for about 10 years, and so
Consistent.
yeah. Well, he was improving so much between like in his 20s and then his early 30s, and after a while, he just kind of got into a rut and never wanted to switch it up. Him and me, that is a nice ass.
I got distracted.
Words, yeah. Anyways, we got to go out right now because our boys are waiting for us. We actually have 1 weekend free where we don't have to do a boot
He's
camp.
on a dry spell. He hasn't gotten laid in a whole
got
one day. That's... You didn't let me...
1 day.
Yeah, it's been a whole day. So he's on a
Yeah.
dry spell. Not acceptable. So he's got to pull tonight.
Yeah. Wait, how cute was the girl again?
She was cute.
Okay,
She was
cool.
hot.
Yes,
More my
validation.
type. Kind of took my you know.
Actually, she was your type.
Yeah. Why you gotta go for a girl's my type?
Originally,
right?
when I talked to her, the first thing I thought was, so I knew she was hot, but first thing I thought was, this is totally Avery's type.
And you're like, then I'm definitely just gonna rub it in his face.
Well, I tried to give you the Asian girl, but she was like being very dense. She was so tired. She was exhausted. You already pulled once earlier, anyways, you faggot. You feel
Well,
like
if you're not pulling
getting
twice in a
greedy.
night, are you even doing game? No.
I mean, if you're John Anthony, apparently it's all game.
All
All right,
right.
anyways, guys, so I have one last spot for the Seattle Bootcamp. I do have one guy looking at it right now. I'm also probably going to be filling out a Las Vegas Bootcamp here pretty soon. So I'll leave the details in the comment section below if you guys are looking for coaching. His name is A.G. Hayden, Avery Hayden. He's a bad motherfucker. I'm better, though. So if you guys want to follow him, I'll also put his links in the bottom section below. He has a ton of infield. We're both in it. Where he's doing the narrations. He has
hot girls.
Pulling hot girls, Miss somebody, Miss a certain state.
Can't
not so
say
long
what
ago.
state, but
Somebody
of
one of those girls. Yeah, not so long ago. She's pretty fucking fire. Anyways, yeah. Like,
She's
subscribe.
also a cheater. But anyway,
Oh my god, wasn't she? Both of them were. Anyways, okay.
they all are.
For us, they are.
All these hoes are. All right.
You
Anyway.
got fired, Kim. All right, guys. With that being said, peace.
Fight the outro.
I'm a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source. I need a crown, I need a sword. I got my team, we going to war. You want my kids, you be my pawns. We don't relate, you taking a loss. I am a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source.